So I've mentioned this quite a few times. It's odd to me that in the lead up to the launch of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, we had so many different people, whether it be YouTubers or pundits or Microsoft themselves, talk up the console. That we thought that at least by now you would figure that we would be close to a point where we're almost a year into the console generation, and with all the hype surrounding the Xbox Series X, you would figure that there would be this huge difference in the type of games that we've seen played. Now, that's not to say that there has been no games that have come out the winner for the Xbox Series X, but for all the talk that we had, for all the dealers and the Colts and the D-batches and all the people that came out and said that there was going to be this huge difference, even to the point where they said that there was going to be like 50 frames per second difference in current gen games, mind you, not last gen, but current gen. People had you believe and had others believe that this was going to be a factual thing. I don't see them getting the hate. Now, I get a lot of hate. Anybody that doesn't believe it, take a look at my timeline on Twitter, take a look at the comment sections here, and the funny thing is, I'll get hate for being right about things, and people just will act like I've never been right about anything. Like, to take you folks back, in 2019, 2018, I said that the Xbox studios that Microsoft were buying, the new studios that they were acquiring, wouldn't have games ready till 2023 or 2024. And I wasn't doing that to be a smartass or anything like that. I was saying that because anybody can look at what these people are doing via LinkedIn or what's been announced or what they're already working on. And a lot of the studios had like multiplats and stuff already in the works. So you knew they weren't going to start something until after that point. So it wasn't hard to figure out that we wouldn't see stuff until 2023 or 2024. Now, people called me a fearmonger, a radical, every name in the book, right? That's just the truth of the matter. I was called every name in the book, but it's turned out to be true. I mean, we're in 2021, and those games are at least 2023, 2024. A lot of them that were announced. Now, will anybody give me credit for that? No, I will never get credit for it. But at the same time, what about the people that were promising you these huge advantages for Xbox Series X over PlayStation 5? Why is nobody calling them out? I mean, it seems like Digital Foundry does another video where, again, the PlayStation 5 is performing equal to the Xbox Series X, 4K 60 frames. So what exactly are we kind of doing here? Who's to blame for this? And I keep asking this question and nobody will give me a good answer. Who's to blame for this? Is it Microsoft? Is it the YouTubers that I mentioned? Is it, who's to blame for there basically being a situation where the PlayStation 5 oftentimes outperforms the Xbox Series X, or they're pretty equal? To me, if the PlayStation 5 is dead equal to a version that the Xbox Series X is out, that's a L for Microsoft, because they supposedly created this box. It's supposed to be doing so much more, and the fact of the matter is it's not really doing anything more. So it's a strange thing. I want to get into what Digital Foundry said, though, because I found this to be very interesting, to say the least. So let's go ahead and get this done. What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews. Slap that like button. It's me, Crap Gaming, your favorite hillbilly YouTuber. Go ahead and slap the like button the way that you would want to slap that Phil Spencer. Slap him hard. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys are all having a great day. Now, I'm going to link this so you guys can check it out. The video covers the new consoles, last gen. It actually renders the Unreal Engine 4. Visuals settings are a match between the consoles. Both PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X use 4K 60 frames per second with DRS. Yeah, so that's very incredible to say the least. The Series S is 1440p with DRS to 900p and a typical 1260p. Let's see, the Series S runs fine at 60, but exploration can drop some spikes caused by heavy moves. The Series X frames per second is retained in exploration, but has similar spikes during big showcase moves as well. Cutscenes can also drop into the 50s. The PS5 has generally a bit smoother during combat and has less drops during cutscenes, but still has some drops during showcase moves and cutscenes as well. But overall, generally actually a bit smoother during combat. So yeah, again, both consoles load areas very fast with a one or less second difference between them in general. So again, we have a situation where a game has really been visually identical in frame rate and resolution between the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. So yeah, I would just like to question, how is this possible? Right? Like, for me personally, I would just like to say, how is that possible? If you're a fan of Xbox and you're a fan of any of these YouTubers out there that are trending or what have you, what is the deal here? Like, I think that's the main thing that I would love to know. Like, from my point of view, who is to blame for this? Because you do have the Xbox fanboys that come out and they'll, and they'll say something, pretty negative about the Digital Foundry or the PlayStation 5 and pretend like it's hugely weak, and anytime you mention it, it's 10.3 teraflops or whatever, they'll throw it out there, that it's fluctuating and things like that, and it's really 9 teraflops. So I mean, if you want to say the PS5 is 9 teraflops, go ahead, but how the hell is a 9 teraflop console keeping up with a 12 plus teraflop console? And not only keeping up, but outperforming it in many instances, especially considering the Xbox Series X is supposed to have full RDNA 2 and PS5 doesn't. And it's supposed to have all this other crap that the PS5 doesn't have, but these games are performing equal, or sometimes even the case the PS5 will perform better. So I would just like to know when these tools are coming and how quickly can we expect them to actually be implemented. Because it seems to me like, we're kind of coming down this situation where, we're coming up on a year. I mean, it's only a few months away, but, we literally are. We're in the 7th month of this year. And, so a few months from now will be the 1 year mark, and we still have PlayStation 5 outperforming and performing equally. And I mean, on this is a kind of a toss-up, because it says in the combat it's smoother on the PlayStation 5 version. So that kind of leads me to kind of scratch my head. Now, the interesting thing also to think about is, if the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, what in the world is going on with the way that these games kind of tackle things? If we look at the PlayStation 5 side, their developers are tackling ray tracing and all this kind of stuff. On the Xbox side, they're not. They haven't released a game first party with ray. I mean, they haven't released anything this year, but anyway, it doesn't look like Forza Horizon 5 or Halo is going to have ray tracing. So they're not even implementing this big next-gen feature that people are kind of excited about. And, again, it just sort of makes you question what we were told by so many people leading up to the launch of these consoles, and you just kind of question, where can we go from here? Everybody mentioned tools and SDKs have been now officially updated, blah blah blah, as if the PlayStation 5 tools don't improve along the way as well. But it's very interesting just to see how this kind of lasts. Like, what's going on? Like, how can people have gotten it so wrong? And then you sort of question sort of what's going on, and it's just one of those things that sort of happens. Just crazy. Just crazy to me that so many people got it wrong, and Digital Foundry continues to prove these people wrong, and yet people continue to go to these people and look to them for guidance on their favorite consoles or whatever. So again, just crazy to think about, but I would love to see and hear what you guys all have to say about what's going on, and maybe you guys can help me understand what's going on with it's just kind of crazy. It's just kind of crazy. You know, let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. Slap that like button. It's me, Crap Gaming. Have a great day. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.